I'm really scared to do this right now. I've taken about 10 different takes trying to introduce what I'm trying to say and why I'm trying to say it. And I guess there's no better way to say it than to just say it. My name is Brian. If we haven't met before, I hope I get to meet you someday. And one of the biggest reasons that I'm doing this is because I definitely don't fit into the majority of the church at all. Most of my friends actually are getting married, like all of them. And this is the time of life that I always grew up dreading, when all of my friends would be getting married and separating off into their own separate little houses with their 2.5 kids and their golden retriever, and I would be completely left alone. I've been afraid of this my whole life. And typically, someone with a story like mine might be having a really difficult time, especially being in the church and watching their friends get married. But my story is a little bit different, because somehow in some upside down way, God has taken this terrible tragedy of a life that I thought I was going to live and turned it into the most joyful and life-giving and love-birthing adventure I could ever ask for. I grew up mad at God, going to church every Sunday and thinking, I don't belong here. There's no place for me. I always thought that. And there were times when I was right, when there really was no place for me at the specific faith community that I was at. But that's not how it has to be for you, wherever you're at. 2.5 years ago, I was a senior in college. It was about 2.5 weeks before I graduated, and I wrote on a page in my journal, all I want to do with my life is show people God's love, and if I can do that by sharing my story, then I'm gonna share it. And one of my best friends walked me out to this door that's in the middle of campus that everybody walks by every day, where everyone would see it, and I was terrified. I thought I could lose my job. I thought I would lose tons of friends. I thought that I'd be run off campus at this small private Christian university. And so I left with a buddy. I had to get away. So I went rock climbing and I put my phone away for a few hours just to get my mind off of how everyone I know is walking by this door and they're gonna see my truth. They're gonna see something that I never wanted anyone to see. But then when I came back to my phone after a few hours, I turned it on and I looked at the screen, and the lock screen was just full. Like, I couldn't even scroll through all of these texts and these calls and these voicemails. And every single person from this small Christian university wanted to tell me the exact same thing, that they love me. And they asked me the same thing, where are you? I need to find you. I need to hug you. I need to tell you that I love you to your face. Why aren't you answering my call? I wish I would have known this sooner. Every single one of them said that to me. Not to mention how much was happening on social media of people just posting for me and not celebrating the fact that I came out, but the fact that I was free. For the first time in my life, I could walk around in the outside world and completely be me, exactly who God created me to be. And ever since that day, I have remained in this Christian community. I have remained in the church. I haven't lost a single friend because of my sexuality. I think that's amazing. I think that's something worth sharing. I think that's a story that people need to hear. I think it's a story that could happen so much more than it is happening. I think that there are so many more Christians, people of faith, Christian communities that will surround anyone who thinks they can't be themselves in this Christian community, that they feel like they have to hide, that they have to put on some face and they need to be perfect. I think that they're wrong. I think that there are safe places, there are brave spaces, there are places in the church for you to be you, for you to tell your story, for you to be honest with yourself and with the people closest to you. If there's a place for me, there's a place for you. That I promise you. Since coming out, I've been in my friends' weddings. I've lived with over 20 straight Christian guys, and all they want to do is ask me questions about my experience so they can figure out how to love me better and how to love other people in my position better. And I think that's so beautiful, and I just want to share it. I can't stop thinking about how badly I need to share this. For the last 2.5 years, I've had more joy and peace than I've ever had in my entire life, and it's all happened in a community of Christians full of love. And I will not fail to recognize that my joy and my hope and my freedom has come from the love of Jesus that's been shown to me by his followers. This love that's been shown to me by the church. And whoever you are, whether you're straight or gay or Christian or non-Christian, this love is what's gonna set us all free. And so I'm gonna say something that you probably don't hear most gay people say. Thank you, church. Thank you for my freedom. Thank you for your love. I love you too. And that's a wrap. Hey, thank you so much for watching my first video. My name is Brian again. If you believe in this story, if you believe in this message, if you believe in hope, if you believe that there's more room at the table than currently people can see, please click the like button or subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of these videos. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun and kind of crazy topics. If you're interested in learning more about my journey, I have a podcast that I update every week, and it's just another chapter of this pretty much book that I wrote of the story of how God took this crazy friendship and this love triangle and used it all to turn the very last thing that I wanted to do with my life into the very first thing I wanted to do with my life, which is sit here and talk with you. So, let's be advocates for love. See you next time.